Hi, my name is Courtney, and I am still really passionate about helping women with invisible illnesses realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. And I got to tell you, I'm rebuilding my own. Um, some of you know my story, some of you don't, but I had a fairly good grip on my health issues until last spring. And it wasn't just the medication, but I went on a medication that I didn't really want to go on and I didn't really believe in, but well, my thinking was really messed up. But I had a thought process. There was a reason why I agreed to it, but it literally destroyed my health. Now, obviously, nobody knew that was going to happen. I just had a horrible response to it. So I'm having to rebuild my own healthy and active lifestyle. But you know what? I am so freaking determined. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I gotta figure this shit out, you guys, because I am not getting any younger. And this kind of stress, it's lowering my lifestyle. My lifestyle? No, it's lowering my life expectancy drastically. I mean, how the hell could it not? Anyway, boohoo, things are tough all over. Side note, I did go to the endocrinologist yesterday. It was really weird. I knew it was going to be telemedicine, but then I got a message, well, you need to be at our building at 1 o'clock. And I'm like, it's weird. I could have sworn they told me it was telemedicine. Well, it was. I had to go to their office to do a telemedicine appointment. But I once I got over the initial, what the hell is this? I understand it. They know the software is going to be correct. They know the connection speed is going to be there. So I get it. But I went to the endocrinologist. And of course, I've got to go have a bunch of labs done. But the most interesting thing that he brought up was he wants an ultrasound of my thyroid. So no one's ever done that before. And I told him, I said, well, I'm really optimistic that you're going to help me. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. But my hormones are a flippin' mess. And I know that. But, but, you know what also helps with my health? It helps with my mental health, which means it helps with my physical health, keeping a journal. Keeping a journal, this information, by the way, is from psychcentral.com. And keeping a journal, it's been around for a really long time. So there's got to be something to it. It dates back to 10th, I'm having a hard time already, 10th century Japan. That's pretty impressive. There's mounting evidence, sorry, research continues, but there's mounting evidence that shows this is really cool to me. It can actually help benefit your immune system. It helps strengthen your lymphocyte cells, which is part of your immunity. Now, as somebody with an autoimmune system, I really like that idea. And there's been evidence that regular journaling, oh, good grief, is very beneficial if you have asthma or rheumatoid arthritis. Well, RA is an autoimmune disorder. Hashimoto's is an autoimmune disorder. So it would only make sense, right? That if it helps the one, it's going to help the other. And a fun thing that I've just been learning about Hashimoto's, there's a lot of, because of the, I'm assuming because of just the weirdness in my hormone system, but Hashimoto's actually can cause a lot of anxiety. So, yay. But let's talk about journaling. One of the reasons you should keep a journal is going to help give you some clarity in regards to your thoughts and your feelings. Now, journaling is like meditation. It's really easy, but it's also hard. Just sit down and write. Don't think about it. Just sit down and start writing. That's it. That's it. This can help you. This can be a long video for me. Hopefully not for you guys, but holy moly, I'm really on a roll here. Anyway, look, when you journal and you start getting your feelings, start really getting in touch with your feelings. And I know people, I know what y'all are thinking. Stop rolling your damn eyes. It's important. I'm the queen of stuffed down emotions and it's destroyed my health. So trust me, this shit is really important. But it can help you gain new perspective on so many aspects of your life. That's you've got to have clarity. You know, it's funny because somebody asked me once, Well, you do a lot of work on yourself. What do you mean you have a hard time defining your goals? Well, I do. Why? Because I don't have the clarity. Vaguely, I know what my goals are, but if I had to give you specifics, the specifics are a lot harder for me. Have I done it? Yes. Can I do it? Yes. Is it easy for me? No. Journaling helps. Brings me beautifully to point number 2. Know thyself. You really want to work on yourself. You want to learn about yourself. You need to keep a journal. It shows you, now this might sound kind of silly on the surface, but it shows you what makes you feel confident, what makes you feel happy. Now, if you're, excuse me, that's going to be a long video anyway. If you're really struggling, if you got health issues, it can be easy to lose focus of the things that make you feel confident and happy. I'm really fortunate because I discovered dancing several years ago, and it makes me feel confident and happy. And it's something I'm very devoted to because it makes me feel confident and happy. But it took me a long time to get there. And there's not a lot, good grief, there's not a lot of other aspects of my life where I could just tell you off the top of my head, oh yeah, that makes me feel confident. My faith, certainly. My cooking skills, I'm a pretty good cook. But look, when you're depressed, especially when you're up to your ears in pain, and you're depressed and you're full of anxiety, it's important that you learn what makes you happy, because our happy moments can often be few and far between. You need to know what they are so you can revisit that activity or that situation, and not really the situation, but you want to try to recreate that. You want to try to keep bringing that feeling into your life, those emotions. It's important. It's so easy for anybody to get caught up in the negativity of the world. It's really a lot easier, I think, for those of us who struggle with our health. It can also give you incredible clarity in regards to, I don't want to say toxic, I'm trying to be kinder, to difficult and unpleasant people and situations. Side note on that, when people show you who they are, believe them, and believe them the first time. That's something I struggle with, because if I like you, if I decide that I like you, I just want to believe all the good things about you, and I want only the best for you. And yeah, anyway, clarity. A journal will help give you clarity in regards to difficult people and situations. Number 3, it's really good for problem solving. Why? Well, because the physical act of writing is going to occupy the analytical part of your brain, which frees up the creative part of your brain. This can help you process and solve your problems. One thing I like to do, and I don't know if this is really appropriate under this section, but it just popped into my head. One thing I was really into for a while, and I need to get back into it, was journaling about my emotions. Not just, okay, so I'm happy, but what does that feel like physically? What does it mean for me, not you, me, to be happy? What does it mean for me when I'm angry? How does my body respond? That stuff's important because you need to learn to recognize these things. Most of us don't. We go through life pretty unaware of this stuff. But if you learn how to recognize these things, you can learn how to bring more of what you want into your life and less of what you don't want. Oh, and by the way, typing a blog for a journal is better than no journal. But there is really something that happens. As one of my mentors puts it, there's something magical that happens when you take a pen to paper and you don't get the exact same response using a keyboard. Number 4, it's an effective and safe way to process. Life is hard. Life can be so crazy. You need an outlet. You need an unbiased, impartial, safe place to just get it all off of your chest. I like kind of fancy notebooks. These are my favorite notebooks for journals. They're by Cambridge, hardback, spiral. I have different notebooks different styles of notebooks for different things, but for journals, I like these because I won't lose any of the pages, and they're pretty. And I'm girly. That's important to me. But it's an invaluable tool for your stress. It's going to help you learn how to process the uncomfortable emotions. Look, we all have to deal with anger and grief, guilt, shame. They're all important for us to experience. They are. but you can't live there. A journal is going to help you work through these things. It's going to help you, again, it's going to help you, it's going to give you clarity. It's going to help you see patterns. And that's how you can't fix a problem you're not aware of. A journal is going to help you with that. It, I'm kind of laughing. I just looked down at my journal and I wrote at the end of the day and I started the page with pause and reflect. How often do you take the time to pause and reflect over your day? It's so easy at the end of the day. Oh my God, this is, it was a crap day, and so was at work was a bitch, and this happened and that happened. But for me, when I take the time to pause and reflect and write in my journal at the end of my day, okay, maybe so and so was a bitch. I write about it in my journal, it's easier for me to let it go and to process that. In writing, I'll think of another way to deal with her. Maybe it was a really rough day, but I always like to finish my journal entries with three things that I'm grateful. I shouldn't say always. I don't always do it, but I like to. I generally finish with three things that I'm grateful for. Why? Because I've just gotten my day off my chest. I journal at night, just gotten my day off my chest. It's all fresh in my mind, and I'm a ruminator. So if I take a moment and write down three things that I'm grateful for, it's going to stop that ruminating. Why? Because for me, it refocuses my attention. I've just gotten all this crap out. I've just kind of word vomited all over my journal, and sometimes they're really angry. A lot of shit going on in my life, not all of it's pleasant. Sometimes I'm angry, but if I can get that anger out, and then you know what? I have these things to be grateful for. It just gives me a reset and it helps me lay down, helps quiet the ruminating, and it helps me just get a more peaceful night of sleep. But that's all I have. I cannot believe I'm so close to being done with my 30 days in a row. And I've had fun. Don't get me wrong, but I'm kind of excited to be done. But once my 30 days are up, I'll go into a 3-day a week schedule. I don't know what time that's going to be yet. So anyway, y'all take care, and I will see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock.